This video is going to show you how to crop your pictures so you don't end up with all rectangles for your photos. You want them to be somewhat exciting. So if you have a picture that already has a white background, such as this, and you just want to crop away the white, it's really quite easy. You can just use the magic wand tool and you could select the area that you want to get rid of. And the next thing you want to do is on this layer, you want to unlock it. So you have this little lock and you just unlock it like this. And if you have the background selected, meaning you have the marching ants around it, you hit the delete, and now you have a checkerboard. The checkerboard means nothing. It means that there's nothing there. So if you bring this over to another image, you won't have anything in the background. So when you do save these, please save them as Photoshop files, because if you end up saving it as a JPEG, for example, you're going to end up having the background white again. It's going to end up being a square or a rectangular shape for its picture plane. Whereas if you save it as a Photoshop file, it'll always have the checkerboard or the invisible background. Okay? So if you have something, on the other hand, where it might be a little bit more challenging to crop away all the blue, for example, back here, you could always use one of your lasso tools, and you can just freely make a shape, dragging your cursor around. If you want to clean it up, you can add to the selection. You can subtract from the selection right up here. If you want to start fresh, you hit Command D, and that will deselect everything, and you can start again. So again, if you make a selection, and let's say that you just do one section and you want to add more to it, if you go to the next icon over here, and you can go to Add to Selection, and you can go ahead and add to it. If you need it to take away, you can go to this one right here, and that is subtracting it from the selection. So let's just say right up here, you want to clean it up a little bit. This will remove the selection. So you can certainly just work on these lasso tools. And I'm using just the regular traditional lasso tool. You might want to use the polygonal lasso tool if you'd wish, which is located right there. So again, the same idea. You want to unlock that background, and then you hit delete. Ooh, oops, my bad. I'm kind of glad that happened. So what happened is instead of selecting the background, I actually selected the positive space. So instead, as long as I'm on one of these selection tools, I can right-click and layer via cut. So what that'll do is, if you notice in your layers window, you cut that into two pieces. You take the background and you can just put that in the trash like that. And then you have a nice cropped shape. Now the last thing I wanted to show you was the cookie cutter tool. It's not the cookie cutter tool anymore. In Elements it was known as the cookie cutter tool, but now we're going to just use the shape tool. You can try hitting the letter U to get your custom shape tool. It has a bunch of roommates, so it might be set on the line tool or the polygonal tool. I go to custom shape tool, because up on top, if you go and you hit shape here, shape path pixels, slide on over. You come over here and you'll have a nice variety of shapes. Now you might not be able to see all of the shapes that you have. To be able to see all of them like I do, you want to click on this little gear, and you might have it set up to one of these other libraries. So you want to check off all, and then you will see all of the shapes. So you find something that you kind of think might be pretty cool. And now when you drag your cursor across, it doesn't really matter where you're placing the shape. It's just going to be temporary. So you just make your shape, and now you're going to use the move tool. You move it in place. You can also resize it to rotate it. If you want to see what you are going to be selecting inside here, you want to be able to see through that shape, you can take the opacity and you can lower it so you can see exactly what you're selecting. So Do I want to get those hamburger buns? Do I want to get the lemonade? You know, is it important for me to get every single hamburger? Whatever. I just want to go in the center here, and that's fine. And so once you like it where it is, you're going to commit to it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to select this background area around our shape. But if we went to the magic wand tool again and went to select it, you can see it's not letting me. What we have to do is we have to rasterize this, this layer. Now, rasterizing is what you just need to know is you need to get rid of this little guy right here. So we have to kind of simplify it. You're going to right click on your layer, not on the thumbnail, right in the space right here. Right click, and you're going to see it says rasterize layer. So we're going to rasterize it. Now we're going to be taking this background with the magic wand tool. So you see now it's selected the background. We unlock our background, make sure our background layer is active, and hit delete, and there you go. I'm going to take the shape and put it in the trash. And what's really important is that when you have these pictures done, that you save it as a Photoshop file. So you end up having the checkerboard in the background. Good luck!